The Davenport Coaches Show rolls on from Uccellos of Caledonia. Another special guest joins us right now. We're switching gears, talking men's golf as Stacy Snider joins us. Became the head coach in November 2022 of this golf team. And let's talk a little bit about your introduction, Stacy, to Davenport and what drew you to come coach the Panthers.
Yeah, sure. I moved back to Grand Rapids after coaching kind of all over the country and moved back closer.
You were at Western
Yep, I was at Western Michigan as the head coach, and I was at, most recently, I was at Ohio State as the assistant coach. Prior to that, I was in Louisiana at ULM down there. So I relocated back to Grand Rapids to be closer to my family and back to my hometown. So when this position opened up as far as the men's coach, I thought, well, I can coach the guys. So I've been doing it long enough, and it was a great opportunity, and it's been a lot of fun getting to know the guys and their games.
Well, after a fine career as a player at Michigan State, you went on the LPGA Tour for a few years. Tell us about that. What was that experience like, and how did that shape you as a coach? Yeah,
sure. One of the guys asked me the other day at practice, asked for a couple stories, and I told him it was so long ago I don't remember, but I think a lot of things that I learned on tour was just how to play and how to compete. It's not always about the swing mechanics and the technical side of golf. It's learning how to travel, learning how to manage your time, learning how to rest and recover, and just all those things that kind of go with playing golf in a tournament over 3-4 days and then traveling to the next event. So it's not always on the technical side.
Stacy Snider, our guest here, the men's golf coach here. Stacy, you've been a professional golf instructor also at golf clubs. Compare that, being a pro at a club, to coaching.
Sure, yeah, there's a big difference. There's a big difference between the swing coach. A little bit I talked about it, about the technical side. With a coach, you're all-encompassing, right? You're booking the hotels, you're setting up the tournament schedule, you're practice planning, you're doing almost everything except for teaching the golf swing, because a lot of these guys already have swing coaches when they come see me or when they come to the program. So I'm an extra pair of eyes for their swing coaches. Obviously, our assistant Chris is a PGA member, and we can work on the mechanics and develop players, but there's a lot more to it going in, from the coaching side, is motivating the players and obviously recruiting them to Davenport is a big piece too.
Does it happen very often, if at all, where something that you think contradicts what the swing coach is telling him, and how do you deal with that? Yeah, sure. What I try to do is just keep it as simple as possible. Golf is 90% mental, and you have a lot of thoughts going on in your head. So if I need to talk to a swing coach and so we can get on the same page, and I'll call him on the phone or whatnot, we'll have a conversation and get on the same page. So we're speaking the same language to them, so we can keep it simple. All right. One of the things that's kind of different as a coach, as a college coach, is you have two different seasons. You have a fall season, you have a spring season. What happens in between?
A whole lot of working out, lifting, recovering, catching up on school. We travel. We're gone for 3-4 days at a time, unlike, football, where in basketball they might be gone for a day. So we miss a lot of school. So that's a good time in December for them to catch up with school and their studies and actually have a life. Enjoy being a student in college as well. So.
Well, you had a nice win last week. You took first place in the Flyer Invitational in Illinois, and I want to ask you a little bit about a couple of the players that played well for you in that. First of all, your ace, Brandon Botus, he won the event by 3 strokes.
He did, yeah. He played great. Brandon came back for his 6th year this year, and we're really happy about that. He's been chasing that win. He finally got it this year, this past week, so I'm really proud of him and the work that he's done off the golf course. I think, he's made a few changes in maybe his approach to each round. So he played great, and it's well-deserved, and hopefully we can keep him on that track for the rest of the fall.
Noah Bridgman and Aiden Deng also played well for you in that tournament.
Yeah, they took both tied for fifth. So, Noah is a great, solid player. He's just unrattled. Nothing really gets to him, so he's very steady. Aiden's more of a powerful player that can make a lot of birdies and hits it pretty far. So, and Aiden's pretty young and just as a sophomore, so he's still learning how to manage his game. But, they both played great. And as for, my other two, Caden Kwan and Foster Faber, they also played really well. And we're just excited to be hosting this weekend.
Yeah, you're going to host this week the Panther Invitational in Augusta, Michigan. What duties do you have other than coaching your team when you host invitations? Because there's got to be a lot of mechanics and things you have to do as the host coach.
Yeah, definitely. I'm very fortunate. Actually, Melanie, the women's coach, has kind of taken control of the event because they run the women's event simultaneously on a different golf course at Gull Lake View. So I've been very fortunate. She's done all that hard work, but there is a lot that goes into it, coordinating all the coaches and the travel and accommodations, and the live scoring seems to be every tournament you go to seems to be a challenge with the different platforms we use. So there are a lot of logistic things that go on behind the scenes besides coaching. So it's a lot of organizational type items.
All right, and finally, Coach, this is a question I've always wondered about a golf coach, and that is when your team is competing, how do you decide where you're going to go? I mean, do you go with the people that are playing well, or do you say, no, I want to go with the people who are struggling a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. I think each coach has a different approach. I like to myself kind of before the tournament starts last week, we sat down as a team and we went through each hole. We asked each player, where they would like us on a specific hole that might be challenging to them, just to give them that extra bit of confidence or, reassuring their club selection. So I like to go to the spots in the golf course where poses the most trouble potentially for our players.
Well, our men's golf team's obviously in great hands with Stacy Snider. Stacy, thanks for stopping by. Go get some more of that Uccello's great food.
Great, I will. Thanks for having me.
All right, we'll take a break, come back and talk with Sparky about this coming week, the game in Detroit against Wayne State. Stay with us on the Davenport Coaches Show.